Hey, hey, hey! You're watching the Tommy Chipper Show. Thanks for tuning in.
In the shadow of the Rockies.
Oh, yeah.
Where the wild winds blow.
How you doing today?
Albertans rise up, tired of the status quo.
Hope you're doing
Oil
well.
sands pumping black gold. Beef
Whoop,
on
whoop.
the grill so fine.
Let's go.
Green fields waving golden.
Let's get this show on the
in
road.
sunshine. But Ottawa's taking our billions.
Oh, yeah, they sure are.
Equalization game.
Uh-huh.
Sending it east to Quebec while we shoulder the blame.
Oh, my gosh.
No more pipelines blocked.
Where's our
No more
pipelines?
carbon tax chains.
What about that carbon tax?
Breaking free from their reins.
Let's break free. Let's go. Uh-huh.
Sovereignty calling, independence
Let's
coming
go.
through. No more woke liberalism, stealing our way of life.
That's right.
Albertans stand tall, cutting loose from the strife. Rocky Mountains watching as we claim our own land.
Oh,
Freedom
yeah.
for our families with a rifle in hand.
Woohoo.
Alberta freedom
Mysterious Games. Thanks for joining.
comes roll, we're
We got Phoenix in there. Terry. Hey. Good to see everyone.
forevermore.
Give us a subscription, sub up to the channel. Hit that thumbs up
Prairie to the peaks,
on your way in. Appreciate
where the
that.
eagles soar high.
Let's go.
We're sick of the traitors calling us traitors, that's a lie.
Oh, yeah.
Equalization's a thief, stealing our hard-earned pay. While
Oh,
they push their
yeah.
agendas, turning night into day. Beef
Real Red
ranches
Mama.
and farmers,
Good to see you.
grain silos stand
Edward.
proud. Oil rigs turning profits
Popping right in there. Looking good. CJ. Hey, CJ. Good to see you. Dashing Drama. Whoop, whoop. Thanks for turning those switches on in the background. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. We're feeling good today. We're feeling really good. Look at this. My face is thinning out a little bit there. We're looking good. We're losing weight. Whoop, whoop. That's right. Freedom. Let's go. Solar Twin. Hey, hey. Big ups to everyone popping in today. Yo, looking beautiful. Looking marvelous.
But self-determination's all right. Like Ukraine from the Soviets. We'll
Uh-huh.
fight through the night. No more sending our wealth to fund their endless
Thank you,
schemes.
Mama Red.
Our pensions rising, fulfilling our dreams. Tired of
Woo!
their rules and their games. Albertans awakening.
There you go.
Falling out on it.
Woohoo. Alberta Freedom. That's what's happening. Hot damn. Looking good. Yo, looking marvelous. Solar Twin.
Beef herds grazing free. Oil sands
Mama
fueling
Cass
futures
Elliott.
as far as the eye can see.
I want to sit on your beautiful face. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the comments.
Separation's the answer, lifting us higher
You're looking good today, too. Mater. Hey, hey, Mater.
for a broken confederation.
Looking marvelous. Looking beautiful.
Our declaration, Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true.
Woohoo.
Sovereignty calling,
Hot damn.
independence coming through. No more woke liberalism, stealing our way of life. Albertans stand
How is everybody doing today? I'm feeling marvelous. Marvelous. Marvelous.
our own land. Freedom for our families with the rifle in hand.
Alberta Freedom.
Let the
That's right. We're going to become the country of Alberta. We're looking forward to that. And I'm feeling really, really good today because, oh yeah, we're getting closer and closer. And it's going to happen. Jen, good to see you there, Jen DeLon. And looking good. Let's see. Oh, we had some comments in there I have to address. Solar Twin, if you ever want higher stream ranking and boost chat vibes, kickchatters.com is solid. Oh, look at, Kick. Coming in on Kick there. Yeah, we got some, we're streaming over on Kick. We're streaming on Facebook. We're streaming on 4 different YouTube channels. We're over on Twitch and on X. And I've been posting some stuff there. Today, I actually got up really, really early. It was like I don't have an alarm clock, but I just sort of, my body wakes up whenever it wakes up. And like, I don't like to wake up and then go back to sleep again and go, oh yeah, it's like 10 o'clock now or something like that, But I woke up and it was like 6 something, like 6:30 or 6 something. It's like I got up like super early today, and then I watched some stuff on YouTube. I watched, let's see, I didn't say hi, but I was over there in Mechanic Eric's chat there, watching his channel a little bit. I was watching a little bit of a few channels on how the Ukraine is like bombing a bunch of ships and stuff like that. How you've got the stuff happening over in Iran there, where Trump is really pissed off at Iran there now because he tried to, negotiate some kind of a peace treaty with Iran, and it didn't work out so well because Iran started bombing ships and stuff there anyways. So he's pissed off and he's going hard on bombing all kind of stuff over in Iran there now. So is there going to be an actual war there that takes place? And he completely, brings the Islamic regime to their knees and allows the regular Persian people of Iran to actually form a new democratic government. That I would actually like to see myself, because the Islamic regime, as long as they're around there, and if they're not quashed completely, they will try and take over that whole Middle East there and try and produce the atomic bomb and stuff like that. And it's still going to be lots of fighting and stuff like that. So I was kind of watching those channels. I was watching a little bit about Starlink. Because I'm really seriously thinking of getting a Starlink, because I'm pissed off at TELUS with their fiber, because every time I go live here, it's like you guys see where I get like blackouts happen, and it's like, oh no, where did Tommy go? It's like, it's the internet. It's a flaky internet. And they're working on the internet around here all the time. I phoned up. I've complained about the flaky internet, and they go, type in their little computer in their office. Oh, let's see, we'll check out your router and check out this and that, and it's a bunch of bullshit, and they never really find anything wrong. But I'm definitely coming and going there. Oh, look at Queasy. Oh no! And I don't even want to talk about Queasy though. But she's talking about Fox, Joe, ODB, Senegal, Dick Dave, talking about goofs. ABD is talking about ABD over there. So like she's got a hate on going on there with her live stream there. So she's live there right now. If you want to go over and watch Queasy, go over there and watch her. But it's all BS. It's like, Tommy, I went over to the RCMP office and I'm gonna blah blah blah, and I got a file on you, whatever. File it in file 13, because that's where it belongs. Yeah, but anyways, with Alberta independence, as you hear, I've got that Alberta song that I actually wrote at the beginning of this broadcast here. So that's my song. I can take credit for it. But I have to say that I did use artificial intelligence to actually produced a song, but the words in the song were written by me. So, I'll give myself a pat on the back. Oh, looking good. Oh, yeah. But Queenie, she went over to the RCMP and, talked to them about me and told them what a bad guy I am. So now I've got the RCMP, I'm constantly looking over my shoulder. Are they coming? Are they coming? I don't know. Oh, no. Yeah. And it was funny because on my last stream, and you picked this up, Quack, that, I talked about that Queenie went to the RCMP to report me for, whatever, saying something racist about Aboriginal people, which, I love all people. I try not to be or say anything disparaging about anybody. We like to treat everyone equal. It doesn't matter whether you're purple, green, or whatever color you are, wherever you're from, it's okay. But, that being said, I am against mass immigration, regardless of where you're from. I had to choke on trying to say that. Let me have a drink of agua here. By the way, I just took my regimen of, so maybe that's why I'm choking a little bit here, but I took my regimen of, omega 369, and, I forgot to take my vitamin C and D, so, maybe I'll take that right now. Take one of those little vitamin, kind of a vitamin pill. These ones you can chew, and they actually taste pretty good. Taste like an orange, so they're not too bad. And the other one that actually doesn't taste too bad is vitamin C, or this one here. There's it, zinc. Got a little. Oh, that's in such a small bottle though. These you're going to go through these pretty quick. But anyways, the zinc ones are easy to chew. And apparently the zinc are probably good for you if you're, going to catch a cold or something like that, or if you do have a cold. By the way, we do have a call-in phone number. It's hooked up to my cell phone here via Bluetooth, so anybody can call into the show while I'm live here. And bellyache about anything, which is good. I have to say that I've been a little bit disheartened lately, okay? Like over the last little while. What? Child Groom Canada or Protect Family Alberta? Which nation would you live in and why? Phoenix. On that one. Thanks a lot for that super chat. I appreciate that. Child Groom Canada or Protect Family Alberta. Which nation would you live in and why? Yeah, well, I'm not for child grooming. Like, I despise that. I actually have children. They're in school. And I personally think that they are being groomed in school, especially when I ask my child, what did you learn today in school? And my child says to me, my teacher told me that it's Pride Month. And I'm like, what? What? What are they doing? I thought they banned, pride flags in Alberta schools and, indoctrinating children with ideologies of stuff like that in school. But the law is on the books, and the law is going to take effect on September the 1st. So we have to endure indoctrination until September 1st. But the kids are out of school now, so whoa, I don't have to worry about that now. But what have they been indoctrinated with over the past since they've been in school? How the hell do I know? I'm not in school watching to see what those teachers are talking about. So in the rest of Canada, they're still going to allow it. But in the province of Alberta, thumbs up to the province of Alberta for actually bringing that law in to ban, sexualizing type porno little books in the school that teach boys to do boys and girls to do girls, and change what you are and stuff like that. So thanks a lot, Phoenix. I appreciate that. This stream is sponsored by Phoenix Tide. Thanks a lot for that super chat. Yeah, once in a while I complain about not getting any super chats during a stream, and I do lots of streams where I don't get any donations whatsoever. That makes me feel sad. And it's not a matter of the money. And remember, I spend that money on good things like building mobile homeless shelters for people like that. I buy little things like Rodecaster Pro with soundboard stuff and effects and stuff like that, like this, so that we can add a little bit of sound to the sound effects to the stream here. Oh no! Let's go. Let's get this party started. Yeah, kind of spiff it up a little bit and, make it a little bit more enduring for you. Because some people, I know there's some people that just tune in and don't say anything in the chat, but they just leave the stream on and listen in the background. I know people have actually told me that, that they don't watch the chat or won't watch the show or chat in the chat, but they just kind of hang in there and are part of the whole thing. Oh, India Maria says ice, very bad, very bad. You don't like ice. Well, if you're an illegal in any country, like let's say that you were illegally in Iran, do you know what would happen to you? Do you know what would happen to you? Or in Saudi Arabia, you were illegally in that country? Do you think you'd be allowed to? Do you think you'd be like, oh, welcome arms? What about if you were an illegal in Japan? What would happen to you? Do you think Japan would go, oh, no problem, you'll just become Japanese, we'll just make you a citizen of the country? No, that's not what happens in any country like that. So why the hell should it happen in the United States or in Canada? I don't know. But, when you put in those democratic and liberal governments in the world, and they're like, come in, open arms, we don't care who you are. You could be a terrorist. You could be, a bad guy. You could be a criminal. You could be, the worst person on this land, and we're going to just allow you in. So, yeah. All that ICE is doing is rounding up the bad guys, putting them in front of a judge, and the judge is making a determination as to whether they should be living in that country. Like, come on, what's the matter with you? Let's get with the program here now. This is the place where it's supposed to be the land of milk and honey, not the land of garbage, rubbish, and criminals. Like, come on, what's the matter with you? Al Munson, welcome to the show. We do appreciate your great comments. Well, I don't know about that comment there. Well, Timmy, I'm not Timmy, so those ham and mayo sandwiches really enhances his figure. Maybe Timmy, but not me. But look I'm actually losing weight. I'm starting to look like a different person. Like before, I looked like, clip that one. But I'm starting to thin out a little bit here. My neck is starting to thin out a little bit. I'm maybe showing a few more wrinkles or something in there. Well, hey, I don't care. When you have a few wrinkles, it shows that you're not an older person, but a wiser person. You become wiser. The older you get, the wiser that you get, right? Isn't that right, Al? You know what I mean? But, I don't sit here and, call people down or call people names or call people like white supremacist, nationalist, Christian nationalist and stuff like that. Like, there are people like that. Absolutely. There are people that are left wing, people that are right wing. There's all kind of names that we could be calling people. That's about as bad as I'll get. I'll call you a lefty, okay, or something like that, or a troll. Right. But, that's as far as it goes. Like, I don't like to call people, retarded or something like that. Like, that's just a little bit overboard. And we like to keep things a little bit civil here. But, sometimes things go a little bit sideways. Hey, we got Old Goat in there. Old Goat, good to see you in there from the the channel, the big channel over there on the Ryan Jesperson show that I don't watch anymore, by the way, because I get timed out every time I go hi, and then I get a timeout in the Ryan Jesperson show. Actually, I should be looking at my chat here and maybe make a few people moderators in the chat here. Let me just look and see. Where is Old Goat? Old Goat. There you are. I'm going to make you a moderator in my chat here, so that if somebody says something disparaging or something like that, then you can definitely give them a bash with the wrench there, give them a little, like delete their comment or something like that if they're being, racist or something like that towards you. So there you go. They spray Sylvan Lake with weight loss chemicals. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, actually, the way, this is my way of losing weight. Okay. It's just don't eat as much. Don't eat so much garbage. Well, I still eat garbage. I actually do, because I had a hot dog, but it's like all day long, all I had is a hot dog one day. Okay. Or yesterday, what did I have? I had, I'm not eating a breakfast. I'm not eating for lunch. I'm having, an omega pill or something like that, And then for supper, yesterday we had a salad. So salad is good for you. And let's see, what else did we have there yesterday? I kind of almost forget, because that was yesterday and today's today. Just a little a bite of some. It was some spaghetti type stuff, spaghetti and meatballs, but not a big, huge plate, just a small plate, And then I have to admit, I did have some potato chips there last night, and I think that was about all, just to kind of, and I try and reduce my hunger by just not eating so much. And then if you don't eat very much, you kind of get used to not eating so much, so then you don't eat as much, right? So if you're fat, if you're overweight, if you're obese, if you're like, hey, it's what you eat and it's the amount that you eat. Don't have 6 eggs for breakfast and then a pizza for lunch and then an ice cream cone for middle of the day, and then for supper, like a giant pizza or whatever, giant lasagna or stuff like that. Just be like small amounts and don't eat very much all day, and I'm down. Since I've started this little program that I'm on here, I've lost about 10 pounds already, and I haven't had a dump yet today, so I have to wait until, and that's the other thing. Weigh yourself after you've had a dump, okay, not before, because you'll be surprised. Taking a dump, you could lose almost 5 pounds, So yeah, okay. Where's the sound effect for that? Oh man. Oh yeah, it's getting bad here. Oh no, not that one.
Okay, boomer.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's really bad here. Where's the dog? Yeah, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? No, don't ever back down, okay?
Amazing. Never back down. Never give up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and another reason I'm feeling good, I was kind of feeling down a little bit because there was this whole thing going on with this telethon, right? The Alberta telethon, right? The Alberta Independence telethon. That's happening. Let me bring the right background in for this one here. And you all know that I'm out for Alberta independence. I'm a staunch supporter of Alberta independence. So I think that it will be a good thing for the province of Alberta. We're being bogged down by Canada. There's too much red tape, too much where they're getting in debt, too much indebtedness there, so much crackpots spending by the federal government, and they're just literally stealing money from us here, and we're sick and tired of it, okay? So we got to get away from Canada, and the only way to do that is to vote for independence. So we don't need more people on our side. We have to convince people like Brett to vote for Alberta independence, and it will have a better life for you, okay? So those of you that are my friends that are in the United States, you're like, yeah, pro-independence. Yeah, maybe you'll become the 51st state. Well, the whole independence thing is not built around being the 51st state. Okay, it's about becoming independent from Canada. It's about us becoming our own country. And, if we become our own country, we will be able to negotiate with the United States, get a better deal from the United States, give them a good deal. Remember, our number one trading partner in Alberta and in Canada, for that matter, is the United States. You're our best customer, and above all, we are the United States' best customer. So for people in Canada and provinces in Canada to say, no, we're not going to buy Jack Daniels booze anymore. We're going to actually take Jack Daniels off of our shelves, and we're not going to buy any American booze anymore. We're not going to buy any food. We're just, you walk into the store, you see USA, you're not going to buy it. No, that's a bad idea. And that's what the politicians in Canada are telling people to do. I don't believe in that. I think that we should be really good trading partners, and we need to be, more equal. And if you look at trade between Alberta and the United States buys a lot of oil from Canada. Literally millions of barrels of oil every day from Alberta. So where Trump says, well, there's a trade deficit with Canada. Well, yeah, because you're buying so much oil from us, for bloody sakes. That's why there's a trade deficit. Let's get down. Let's talk about this trade deficit. Let's find out where money is going and why it's going that way. Everybody, you guys need to drive cars down there. You need oil. Hey, look at what's happening in Russia right now. The Ukraine is bombing all of these refineries over in Russia, and people are lining up at the gas stations. I don't know if you've seen those videos over in Russia, where they're doing all the bombing of those stations and stuff like that. Well, not gas stations, but refineries and storage tanks and stuff like that. And there's lineups all over the place. People can't get fuel. Women are in their Mercedes, complaining. And now what they're doing in Russia is they're actually lowering the grade of fuel even below the whatever the lowest grade is, and they're putting that fuel into their cars, and they've got engine knocks and engine seizures, and it's not even good gasoline to be able to run your car on with all these modern cars. And the gas that they're feeding in there are actually cooking their catalytic converters, because the gasoline is so crappy that it doesn't work well in these modern cars. So, it's just a real shit show over in Russia. And all I can say is thumbs up to the Ukraine for flying all those hundreds and hundreds of drones in there. And they're also there's a whole bunch of ships. They're going after ships in there because Russia, with all of those ships, are trying to bring oil in from other countries and stuff into Russia. And they're bombing all those ships there so that they won't be able to bring oil into Russia via the ships. They're bombing the refineries, and there are lineups at gas stations all over the place. The people in Russia are getting really, really pissed off. I even saw one video when one guy says, well, I'm thinking of buying a horse because if I had a horse, at least I could get around because, in cars, you're limited to 20 liters of fuel. Come on. Go to a gas station, it's 20 liters, well, where's that going to get you? You're going to be able to drive to the supermarket or whatever. But you go to the supermarket and it's half empty because the diesel is in such short supply that the trucks aren't even able to deliver the goods to the stores. So, it's a real shit show over there. But it's all Putin's fault because Putin started the war with the Ukraine. Now, you might say, well, he did it because the Ukraine was taking out Russians within the country. Yeah, whatever that a country is doing, leave countries alone. Don't try and take over countries, because when it happens, there might be some blowback, and that blowback is really, really hurting Russia and Putin bad. They're actually not winning the war. The tides are changing. The people in Russia are actually changing their minds about Putin. In fact, they're, because if you imagine you go to a gas station to fill up and there's a kilometer lineup of cars, that would piss you off, and you would start thinking like, why is this happening? Who's actually the guy that is responsible for this, And there's going to be some kind of a big coup or a big pushback by the people in Russia, because they're all going to get pissed off at the government. In fact, they're already burning gas stations that have gas just for the federalists, for the government officials, and for that stuff. They're burning those gas stations, and there's blowback against the government there now in Russia. So that's interesting to see. Back over to Alberta independence, though. There's going to be this big telethon coming up. I think it's on the 18th is when it's actually happening. Let me just open up my calendar on my screen here. So that is not tomorrow, but it is next Saturday. So next Saturday on the 18th, there's going to be a big telethon with many influencers that are pro-Alberta independence. And I was just talking to Max from the Independence channel, and he's a good friend of Max Bolton. In fact, he talks to him regularly, and I talked to Max, and he does a lot of the background technical work, streaming and stuff like that for various people that are on the independence bandwagon that go to different towns and stuff like that all over Alberta. So I managed to get a hold of Max. He gave me a phone call today. I talked to Max, and Max said that he's going to talk to John Bolton, who's in charge of the entire telethon, and he's going to tell or ask John Bolton whether or not I could participate in the whole event. That would be good. Number one, I'm allowed to restream the event, so that's a good thing. Max gave me permission to do that. I talked to him about that. And Max is going to talk to John Bolton about potentially getting me on as a participant in the telethon, the Alberta telethon. So this is a big thing. So I'm like one step closer to actually being part of that. And I was actually a little bit dismayed on not being able to get a hold of John. I emailed him a couple of times. I never heard back from him. There's really nobody else that I could talk to about the whole thing. And I felt like, I was being left out of the whole thing, even though I am a big proponent of Alberta independence. We're always talking about it on my show. We're pushing it on my show. I'm putting it in the titles on my show. I've even got it right below here, Independence Call In. If you want to call in, if anyone wants to call in on the show here, you're more than welcome. While I do a show, anytime that I go live, I'm going to have people with the ability to be able to call in and do stuff like that. The telethon, hey, it's a way to get more people to donate to the cause. And, the people that are like pro Alberta staying in Canada, they're using government money. They're using my tax money to actually tell us to stay in Confederation. And hey, there was something going on there just yesterday. It was by the Western Standard, and there was a little standoff there between Derek Fildebrand and this is a little clip that I have from this thing that happened yesterday. Just hang on, let me just bring it on here. Let's just listen to Derek Fildebrand. This is about Canada is gone, and let's just listen to this little clip here. Hang on, let me put it on here and let me start it up here.
I fight for independence not because I dislike Canada. On the contrary, I love Canada. I grew up in small Army and Air Force towns across Canada and had dreams of being a captain in the Royal Canadian Navy. But our Canada is gone. It has been replaced by a post-national economic redistribution zone. That Canada is terminally ill, and it shows no signs that it is willing to save itself. That Canada is crippled with shame and guilt, and only arouses itself to fly the maple leaf when the bad orange man says mean things. That Canada tore down its monuments to Sir John A. Macdonald and Queen Victoria. That Canada spits on the heroes that conquered and settled a harsh and hostile wilderness and made it in one of the greatest and freest nations on earth. That Canada lowered its flag in self-flagellating shame for months to atone for a genocide that it well knew was a hoax. That Canada rejected its liberty for censorship and the false illusion of safety. That Canada opened the floodgates to third world mass migration that is destroying the inheritance passed on to us by our ancestors. That Canada tells you that you're racist if you oppose it. That Canada puts tampons in the men's room of a military base that used to be the home of one of the most feared armies in the world. That Canada used emergency war powers to violently and unconstitutionally crush a peaceful protest of flag-waving Canadians that were sick of having their freedoms crushed on the altar of COVID hysteria. That Canada was ashamed of the Canadian flag until we raised Alberta's blue shield in defiance. Alberta, and perhaps Saskatchewan, is the last bastion of real Canadian patriots. Patriots proud of our past and unwilling to surrender our future. We are trying to save a part of Canada by declaring that our portion of it is proud of its inheritance and is willing to fight to hand it to our posterity stronger than we found it. I fight for independence not because I dislike Canada.
So
on the contrary,
that's Derek Fildebrandt talking about Canada. Let's bring Darren in here, Dimebag Darren, who's in the back green room here, who's wanting to join the show here. Let me just see how he's going to come in here. Oh, he's got the OBS thingamajiggy in there. Let me bring him over here. Hey, Darren, how are you doing today?
Ow.
We got your little bit of double audio coming in. Maybe you have a window, YouTube window open.
How are you doing today? Hang on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
But we can also hear...
I was actually just I was going to drop my phone number in the private there. I didn't think I had anything much more to add today, but I thought, well, if it gets to the point where you meet the right person and they say, hey, any volunteers that you might think of, I was wanting to get you the connection info here. And bam. So yeah, you can put that in the personal book. Don't give it out. And if I can be of use, of course, I'm in Edmonton. Where are they doing this thing? Calgary, Edmonton, Red Deer, friggin'.
The telethon is going to be from Calgary. That's where it's going to be from. And there's going to be guests on the actual telethon that are going to be coming in from anywhere from Mexico to, other places, wherever they might be.
Please stand by.
Are you hearing me okay?
All right. Let's turn the volume down.
Well, it sounds like he's not hearing me. But let me see. Oh, private chat. Okay. I see the private chat. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me just make note of the phone number that I see there, Darren. Just hang on a second.
All right. I got your audio back here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to. But now that we're here, of course, I'm just a couple of hours. I'm doing not a couple hours, less than 1 hour from starting my shift and doing my thing.
Hey, does your phone number start with 778?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it is a BC number. I emigrated. When I got my life story, eh? When my mother finally passed and I got my inheritance, it was enough to think seriously about what to do with it. It would have turned into rent if I'd stayed in British Columbia. It wasn't enough to get into the housing market there. And that's what finds me in Edmonton. I was with a national employer, And I told them the whole plan was to move to Edmonton or somewheres in Alberta. Actually, I didn't specifically say Edmonton. And they're a national company, a big company with their names on stadiums. I won't mention his name, the name. But when it came time to move, it was they wouldn't relocate my job. And I was working from home. So all I had to do was move my gear to a new location and have a good connection, and I could continue to do the job I was doing. But no. So once we moved to Alberta here, it took a little while before we all got employed. It was a little bit of a rough patch there and really depleted the savings. So I'm a 60-year-old guy who's still working, but I'm working from home.
Oh, wow.
That's a good thing. Can keep on doing this until I don't need to anymore for whatever reason that may be.
Yeah. Well, you're not working today, are you? This is Saturday. Isn't it the weekend for you?
No. I'm working today at 4:00, an hour from now.
Wow.
I get weird days off and weird shifts off. I got some screwed up days because of the 4th of July because, frankly, my company is a big U.S. company that I work for. And when it came to the 4th of July, that was a day off. And since most of our customers are Americans, for the most part, it's like 10 to 1. We didn't do very much on Canada Day either. Apparently, we took that day off because of.
Well, it's like I was saying earlier. In Canada, the U.S. of A is our biggest customer, and the same thing with the province of Alberta here. That's why we have to treat the United States, nicely, not bash them, and not, it doesn't matter whether you like Trump or not. America is the trading partner, not Trump. And it doesn't matter who's the leader in the United States. We should be nice to everybody over there and treat them with respect and not try and throw them under the bus, and stuff like that.
I would go farther than that. Like, I would say we are brothers of the same mother. We all came, our emigration was, from Europe, from England, from the Slavic nations, from these places. And we all came over. We just founded a different kind of government than you did, but really, we all came from the exact same place. So we're brothers. And then history. We fought along one another because we have the same values up until very recently. And that should not change. We were meant to be together. I'm not saying manifest destiny, but I am saying this is the most natural and should be easiest relationship. There shouldn't even be the border. I lived in a border town. I lived in White Rock, British Columbia for a long time. We would cross the border like it was nothing. It was nothing at all. The border guards got to know us. We were just going down to Birch Bay or Blaine or Bellingham like we always did. I don't even have a passport. I haven't been back across the border since 9/11, and until they welcome me, I'm not coming. Like, I don't want a passport.
Well, now you need a passport to get into the States.
Well, it's unfortunate. But again, look what we've brought in here. They've got to double check everybody, and they can't be picky or they're being,
people coming into Canada, it's a different thing because, why are terrorists and people like that and people that are just playing criminals and doing criminal activity, why are they all being allowed into Canada? Who the hell is doing the checking? It seems like there are no checks and balances. Did you see that story where they let that guy slip away?
They had a guy, and they gave him the bail, and he jumped the bail and got the hell out of Dodge. I just seen the story the other day. He's one of the gangsters.
Instead of going to jail, he skipped the country.
Yeah, and he's not going to be brought to justice. And all these guys know, because they're not fleeing a country that they can't go back to. They're ready to flee back to wherever they came from at any moment. If they've broken the law and there's no way out, they're never going to face justice. They're just going to run.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. That's the problem, is that we're not doing the vetting. We're letting people into the country. When you're actually trying to let so many people into the country, well, obviously, some bad people are going to slip through because you just don't have the resources to
We're
properly
trying way
vet
too
every
hard.
single person that's coming into the country. And that's the problem with mass immigration. We've got ourselves into a real pickle. Look at what's happening with, the Sikhs. The Sikhs have different terrorist organizations that are now set up in Canada. How the hell is that happening where you have all these people that are actually openly saying, hey, we've got an organization set up here and we're ready to go? Like, this is getting ridiculous.
The one thing I will say is that I maintain that the problems that we have with people that we bring to here from anywhere is conversation and understanding. And if we bring them here and we don't mandate that they take on English as a, you've just got to do it. You've got to become English.
As an actual language that you're going to use. It's like I've said that. I went to the Costco store and I passed families. 9 families that I passed were not even speaking English, and then I passed one family that was speaking English. Like, that's the kind of ratio that we have here now. It's getting ridiculous.
And if they're here to become Canadians, I'm really into it. But just leave all that junk behind, become Canadians, and learn English. We will get to know each other and we will become friends, because you know what? Unless you're a heinous individual who really wants bad on other people, I could probably be a friend of yours because we would hold similar values, but we need to be able to conversate and understand one another. And without language, we have nothing. It's the barrier that causes, when people come to the country, for them all to come into their little group. And then their little group, the evil people in that group, they think, well, we're going to victimize this little group. They don't know, they can't report, they can't even verbalize the situation, and it's just like home to them if we just brutalize them here the way we brutalize them at home.
Well,
and then
it was
that
like
brutalization moves into the neighborhood and community.
On July 1st, Mark Carney said, well, hey, great. This is a great multiculturalism day, is what he said. It's not, and it's like they keep saying, well, Canada is not a melting pot where you become a Canadian. No, Canada is like a mosaic where you keep your identity. You're now a hyphenated Canadian. You're not a real Canadian, and you never will be a real Canadian because we want you to maintain your identity, speak your language from your own country. And all of a sudden, instead of being Canada, it's like a complete hyphenated place here with people with little enclaves of different groups of people that don't even bother to speak English, for God's sakes. It's getting ridiculous.
You just need to learn English as well. I mean, lots of people learn multiple languages, and in school they try to teach us French. Je parle un peu français.
Je parle un peu français.
Exactly. But
je parle. Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. Yeah.
There's got to be a way, and we have to find it. But I think Alberta's idea of, like, there's nothing wrong with jumping off a sinking ship. Really.
Exactly.
You don't have to hold the mast until you're
You don't
underwater.
stay in your mother's basement forever. Eventually, you get out and go out on your own, and that's what Alberta is doing. We're sick and tired of being repressed, and overtaxed, and it's like, oh, you go out and you get a job, but you got to give half of your money to some other guy somewhere back east there, so that he can give it to frickin' Quebec or something like that. Like, come on, like we're tired of being oppressed, tired of being taken advantage of, and we need to be out on our own. We're tired of the bad government, the bad laws, the bad policing, the bad drug laws. And when you have a country where you've got so many homeless people living in tents all over the place, and you've got people slumped over on doing the fent bent and with drugs in their pocket, and they don't know what to do. It's terrible, and I don't want my children living in that kind of a country. And the only way out of it appears, because you can't vote your way out of it. We've tried. How many times have we tried to vote our way out of it? And it just doesn't work, because the Liberals are all down east. They're bringing in more and more immigrants. They're going to be supplementing the Liberal vote. And out west here, we all we can do is just go, well, okay, I'll just have to worry about the drug addict that's going to be breaking into my garage or my house or my shed or in my backyard. I can't even let my kids go out in my backyard because of the drug addicts that are fucking going up and down the back alley collecting bottles and doing all kind of bullshit there. What kind of a world have we gotten ourselves into? This used to be a nice world. I remember. I'm old enough to remember where the worst you had was a area of the city where you had the drunks like Skid Row, and the rest of the city was nice. It was nice, but now it's like evil and bad people and homelessness and drugs are spread all over the place. I don't like it.
Hey, I do a lot of singing on my channel, as you might already know. Do not let me continue with rock star voice if I come in here. I didn't hear the replay, like, couldn't hear it. I realized all my extra crap was on. Stop me and say, turn off the rock star crap, because I don't mean to. That's not what I want. So
I can't get no satisfaction.
Dimebag Darren Coins. I do a lot of singing, and I don't do so much with coins, but a little bit of coins, and I basically learning how to play guitar. That's what I'm doing. I got myself a Chibson, which is a Chinese Gibson knockoff, and I'm going to learn how. I've already learned Don't Get Fooled Again by The Who. Woo-hoo!
I have a guitar too, and I want to learn how to play it. I really don't know how to play it. I'd like to be able to learn chords and learn, at least one rock lick on the thing, so that I could get on here and bash it out. I should actually bring my amplifier and my guitar out to Sylvan Lake here.
Next time I come, I'll get the guitar so I can bash something for you. It's right over there, but it's not properly hooked up right now. I've had the damn guitar forever. I don't even want to discuss how long I've had. I played bass in a band a little bit. Bass is kind of, if you're a simple bass player, but I've always been the lead singer. So whenever I'm playing bass, I'm also singing. So, a lot of bands I've been in have asked me to stop playing because they realize if I concentrate on singing only, I'm better. But at the same time, I wanted to get better on guitar, so I wanted to play something. So anyways, in the last 2 years...
Hey, hang on. Here's the song for you.
Yes.
Right here.
Alabama.
I don't want to get a copyright strike.
You can play
there,
that one too pretty easily on guitar. But I picked up one of these inexpensive... out of Amazon, looks like a Gibson but isn't guitar. And over the last 2 years, first you learn the cowboy chords. Those are the ones that are really easy for your fingers to make. And you can learn about 5 or 6 what they call cowboy chords, and you've got a bunch of songs underneath your belt right there. With the cowboy chords alone, you can play Don't Get Fooled Again by The Who. That's the one I just started to learn. And there's only one bar chord, and it works out pretty good if it's sloppy. It still sounds okay. It's the B. But
sounds good.
There's tons of cards, tons of songs. Oh, yeah.
You betcha. Rick Roll.
This isn't a Rick Roll. The Rick Roll's the other one.
Oh, okay.
Rick Roll.
Can't beat them all. Let's see. Where's another one here? I know I've got a few songs on here. Here's one.
That's a liberal theme song.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to the circus. Wake up, Canada. Wake up, Alberta. Dun, dun, dun.
Now the show's starting.
Now I can't not. My hands just went up on their own.
Now you're going to have to go live and start singing. Holy moly, you're going to miss your job.
How much more time do I got? 3:21. No, so 40 minutes.
It's 12:20. What do you mean 3:21?
I'm on Moncton time because my...
Moncton time, yeah.
I'm working out of
if you're out,
Moncton.
it's a half an hour out too or something, isn't it? Or is that...
No, that's the other one.
Yeah.
I got 3:21 and I start at 4, so there's another 39 minutes there. And
I don't know what we're on here. We're on like GMT minus 7 hours or something like that.
So. I think,
and we're gonna stay at this time too. Well, you should just get on board, get on to Alberta time here, and we're not going to be having to change our clocks back.
That's not going to bother me any.
Fall back, spring forward. Yeah, forget about that now. We don't have to do that.
Cool.
Yeah. It's going to be good. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this independence thing that's coming up here. And, hey, you could always come on as a guest or something if I have a chance to do a time slot. But I don't know.
Do they have
I think they might be using something like StreamYard. So I'll have to StreamYard into the show to be on the show. I have no idea how it's going to work.
I won't miss that.
I was talking to Max. I don't know if you know Max at all there. He's a technical guy he does a lot of the streaming
Well, that is
the
one of the
Independence
things
channel
that got
there.
me to call you right now. If anybody else needs a Max, that's what I do. Like, I understand all the streaming stuff and can get a system set up on site, at place, wherever. I know I'm unproven, but I'm also 60 years old. I'm a retiree from broadcast radio. I took my courses at BCIT for radio, and I know
Wow.
what the hell I'm doing. But that
Sounds
besides the point. If somebody out there who's an Alberta streamer that has to, I don't want to just do it for anyone, but I can get behind somebody who might need a person like Max, because there's only one Max. I can definitely do the Max. So I'd be happy to be your Max. That's you or anybody else. So reach out to Dimebag Darren through my channel and I'll help. Period.
Sounds good. I appreciate that. Dimebag Darren, I know you're a real pro. You know exactly what you're doing. I know we were talking about, mics and what kind of a board and stuff that you're using there. And yeah, I'm kind of a fly off the seat of my pants kind of a guy. That
You make good choices, Tommy. You make good choices.
Try and be technical, have the right system, the right setup, whatever. And in fact, this is my second studio here, so I still don't have my Stream Deck all set up the way that I want it. My Rodecaster Pro is not set up the way that I want it. It's still, this crap is always a work in progress,
So here's the thing,
it doesn't matter what you do, you can always do a little bit better than you're doing.
Are you happy with the sound of my voice, the way that this thing sounds right here? Like, I know I could tune it up right now. I'm not going to bother, but the way it sounds is it's not bad, right?
You sound like a radio broadcaster. Like you've got good bass response on it, good, treble. Your audio, it's perfect. Like you've got headphones on, so I don't know if you're listening to yourself. I'm listening to myself, so I know how I sound here. And I know that, like people with these microphones, a lot of times they talk on the side of the microphone like this, They don't understand that with these SM7B mics and stuff like that, that you need to talk into the front of the microphone. It's like... do
you remember what the SM7B cost, roughly?
I don't know. I think it's into hundreds of dollars, probably.
Well, I do. It's more like 6 of those hundreds of dollars in Canadian spender bucks. Now, the microphone I'm speaking into is made by FINE. Fifine, not to give them a plug or anything, but it's an Amazon brand, and it costs $35. $35.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
see, now
good.
this is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying I will use the cheapest gear if you hire me to blah blah blah, because I will get the gear that we need. But a lot of people don't realize what is needed and what is not needed. And this is a similar looking mic to an SM7.
Oh yeah.
But my cord goes a slightly different way. Otherwise, it's very reminiscent of. So if you're buying it for the look because other people use it, I get it. But we'll get you that look without dropping $700. Tommy that's a broadcast quality mic that is revered. You can't go wrong buying it. If you have budget for it, you by all means buy them up. But
exactly.
If you're looking for something else,
that'll work.
This is where Dimebag can help you.
Yeah.
Dimebag knows. The other thing I've invested in, and I can't quite get it on camera. Oh, there it is. The big red button. The big red button is the mute button. And that's great for when you're doing a show. I love my big red mute button.
The red button.
Yeah, the red button. If I need to swear, I can just... What?
I could still hear you a little bit there, even though you muted. I could hear a wee little bit of audio buzzing sound in the background there. So it wasn't,
better not say anything bad.
It was, if you're not yelling in the mic, it's probably well muted. But when you're yelling,
there you go.
It's there a little bit.
All right, I'm going to dive out. Oh no.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Darren, for coming on the channel here. Save that URL until I change the URL, because I can't change it, but I've kept that same URL for guests that come on the stream here. So anybody that has been on the stream might still have that URL and find it. Pop back on here again. But Dimebag Darren, drop your link in the chat there so people can hear your illustrious music singing. And if you're into Canadian coins and stuff like that, you can always ask them about those coins in the chat. And make a purchase or something like that. Sells a little bit of that stuff to make a little bit of coin on the side. Thanks a lot, Dimebag Darren. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Hey. You're looking beautiful. Okay, what's happening in the chat out there today? Let's go back over to the chat and see what people are talking about there. We got Phoenix. This stream is being sponsored by Phoenix Tide over in the chat. Phoenix Tide, thanks a lot for that super chat. We do appreciate that. We've got Betty in there. You gonna boot yourself? We got Charlie in there. Betty, oh, you guys are talking amongst yourselves there. We got Mama Red in there. Al Munson is in there going hard. Charlie, what are you doing? What's going on there? We got Confederation MP in the chat there. Hey, I don't know that I've seen you in there before. If I have, yeah, I don't see you talking too much, but nice to see you, Confederation MP. Oh my, yeah, you got people that are Confederate. Oh, Confederate. I'm sorry about that. Confederate. I was thinking Canadian Confederation, but Confederate is an American thing. So, wow. Sorry about that. Sorry for misgendering you. We got Peachy King Music, who has made some great stuff for me here. We do appreciate you popping in the chat here. Yeah, the chat is going hard. They're fighting with each other there. As usual in my chat, you know, these things happen, but we do have people that are like on track with whatever the conversation is about here. And yeah, well, I just decided to go live here. I wanted to go live at least for an hour or so every day and say hello to my friends out there in the internet world and let you know what's happening out here in Sylvan Lake, where we're having a lot of fun. And as you can see, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The sun is out. The boats are sailing and whatever, buzzing around on the lake out there. And I should actually get out there myself and go for a golf cart ride. We're going to do that. We were out golf cart riding around Sylvan Lake there yesterday. And, well, it was a lot of fun. People were giving us waves and stuff like that. We have a big blue flag flying on our golf cart, so people see that and they give us a thumbs up and a wave and stuff like that. So we're flying the flag all around here. It's a beautiful day, Confederate MP. It is like great out here. It's great to be alive, great to be an Albertan, and we are pro Alberta independence. We think that it's a good thing for the people that live in our province here. And a lot of people are actually moving. I've talked to people and they're like, Tommy, I'm thinking of moving to Alberta. There was even a lady that, where the heck did I see her now? Oh, we were out camping. We were camping in Drumheller. And I had one of these Alberta signs, Alberta Independent sign, and I just put it up outside of the motorhome there. And there was a lady walking by, and she came up and came up and talked to me. And she said she was from British Columbia, and they're thinking of moving to Alberta because Alberta is wanting to become independent. So imagine that people are actually wanting to move here because they're sick and tired of being abused and used and whatever and overtaxed by the federal government in Canada, and they think that really the only way out is to join us in Alberta here so that we can become our own country. So that's kind of what we're up to here. And, that being said, Alberta is a great place to live. And, I think it's the only way is to become an independent country and move away from Canada, unfortunately. We got to move on.
Albertans rise up, tired of the status quo. Oil sands pumping black gold. On the grill so fine.
Looking good.
Grain fields waving golden. Canola blooming in the sunshine. But Ottawa's taking our billions.
They are.
Game.
You bet.
Sending it east to Quebec while we shoulder the blame. No pipelines blocked. No more carbon tax chains. We're done with the feds breaking free from their reins.
Alberta freedom.
Ringing loud and true. Woo. Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberalism stealing our way of life. Albertans stand tall, cutting loose from the strife. Rocky
Alberta freedom.
Let the anthems roll. We're building our nation.
Uh-huh.
Forevermore.
Forevermore. It's not repetitive.
From the prairie to the peaks,
It's the truth.
where the eagles soar high. We're sick of the traitors.
We have
calling us
eagles here in
traitors, that's
Canada.
a lie. Equalization's a thief, stealing our hard-earned pay, while they push their agendas, turning night into day. Beef ranchers and farmers, grain silos stand proud. Oil rigs turning profits under Alberta's cloud. No more begging for ports, landlocked
That's
but
right.
strong we stand. We'll negotiate our future
Bob Cox, good to
with
see
the
you.
world in our hands.
K9.
Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true.
Peachy peachy.
Sovereignty calling, independence coming through.
Independence.
No more liberation, stealing
Somebody
our
actually
way
asked
of
me in the
life.
chat, they said, where can I find this song? You can't, because this song is only on my show. You can't find it anywhere except here, watching and listening to my show. You know, you might say it's repetitive or whatever, but it really tells, you know, of what's happening here in Canada.
Thumbs roll, we're building our
Real Red
nation.
Mama, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Good supporter of the stream. I appreciate you hopping in, saying hello.
They say it's illegal, but self-determination's all right.
Alberta freedom.
Like Ukraine from the Soviets, we'll fight through the night.
What's the question?
To fund their endless schemes. Our pensions rising, fulfilling our dreams. Tired of the liberals, their rules and their games. Albertans awakening,
Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies.
falling out on me.
Yoo-hoo. That's right. Lots of bots out there.
Canola fields yellow, beef herds grazing free, oil sands fueling futures as far as the eye can see.
Give your AI an accent.
First, with hearts full of fire, separation's the answer.
I got an accent.
Hi, you guys. How you doing? How does this sound? Oh, I sound like Al Munson now.
Oh yeah. Well, the next song that I do, I'm going to look into cloning myself, cloning my voice, and having my voice actually sing this song. That's the next level, okay? It's already here. You can already do it. I've seen people do it. I just have to know which AI to use, and it may take spending a couple bucks on it because, you know, that kind of crap is probably not going to be free. But, yeah, it'll be me singing the song, and that's where we're going next. So look forward to that. Oh, yeah. Loving it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Alberta's
Oh,
pride.
yeah.
Hey, ho!
Oh, yeah. Okay, you guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. You're watching The Tommy Temper Show.
Alberta where the Rockies rise. Tommy Temper streaming with fire in his eyes. From a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam. He's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy. Battling trolls with a spark in your
Boom, troll.
conspiracy theories.
Stay out of my way.
Streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none.
The Rockies are just a short drive that away.
He's calling out the haters with truth in his lines. Talking about the world from the left to the right. Tommy's got the mic, keeping it tight. Oh,
Tommy Temper,
you're a
great guy. Aw,
trolls with a
pat on the back.
spark in your
They're out there. All those conspiracy theories. Unbelievable.
Lake house vibes where the mountains meet the stream. He's dodging all the trolls like a champion dream. From Alberta's heart, he's lighting up the night. Tommy Temper's truth is his guiding light. With a wink and a grin, he's taking on the fight. Spilling all the tea in the YouTube life. From the hot tub to the Rockies, he's living it free. Tommy Temper's the streamer we all want to see. Oh,
Tommy Temper.
You're a great guy.
Thank you.
Battling trolls with a spark
Bunny,
in your eye.
you're late.
Conspiracy theories, politics and fun. Streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. So
From the
raise a glass
Rockies.
to Tommy, the legend of the land. From Alberta's lake house, he's taking a stand with the Rockies watching and the hot tub steaming.
I gotta get that hot tub stream going.
YouTube dreaming.
You do know. Hot tub stream here pretty soon. Look forward to that, okay? I won't have any clothes on, though.
Alberta's pride.
Just like those women Twitch streamers, you know, they have a whole section over there on Twitch and Kick where it's like hot tub streams. Oh my God. Look forward to that. It's coming. Okay. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot for the super chat and have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, you guys. Okay, see you later. I'm out of here. I was just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. It's time to go. I want to go for a ride in my golf cart. You know, like that's so much fun. You know, if you live in one of these communities where you can have a golf cart, get a golf cart and drive around town. Crank up the tunes as loud as they'll go, you know, blast them out. I'm like one of those motorcycles that you see riding by with, he's got his tunes cranked up as high as they can go, except in a golf cart. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. We're out of here.